Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to click subscribe if you want more TikTok compilations.
I was on a flight that was mid-air during one of the air traffic control blackouts, and I need to talk about it. I have been telling every single person I know this story for the last week now, and I just need to say this, and I need to just get it. What the hell is going on? So last Monday, May 12th, 2025, my friend and I fly out of Philadelphia. We are on our way to Denver International Airport. Okay? Nothing of it. It's a regular day. I'm from around Philadelphia. We decided not to fly out of Newark because there's a bunch of stuff going on at Newark with the air traffic control blackouts. So we were like, we should probably do Philly. I have another flight at the end of this month, actually, that I changed from Newark to Philly. Anyway, I hate flying. I despise flying, okay? But I know in this circumstance, I was not being dramatic, okay? A lot of people tell me, oh, you just have flight anxiety, like that was nothing. This was not nothing! So, we leave Monday. Flight sucked, but whatever. You know, I've been down this road. It's a necessary evil. The turbulence sucks. I have the anxiety. I know how to manage it. I'm suffering the whole time. It's fine, whatever. We get about 3 hours in. The flight's only 3.5 hours, so it's time to start making our way down. Pilot makes the announcement, okay, we're gonna start our initial descent. And I think, like, from the time they make that announcement till the time you are safe on the ground, shit, you never know. I think it's about 40 to 30 minutes of the whole ordeal with it, where they straighten it out, turn more, straighten it out, you know. So we're about 10-15 minutes into the turn it out. We're about 15 minutes into that. And he did make an announcement when he did the initial descent announcement. He said that our landing might be a little windy. Great! But still, just turbulence. I'm fine, okay? All of the sudden, I have never experienced anything like this in my life. We're nowhere near the runway. We are not down. The plane. Oh! The plane! I'm sitting here just normal. We've been on a steady incline now. All of a sudden, woof! Just like that. We go up, and we go up hard. Like, oh, I'm in a window seat. I literally watched the wing go from straight to like this. Huh? Okay, so we're headed up now. I thought he was doing those things where they go back up and they go around, but that doesn't even make any sense, because I thought for one of those go-arounds, they have to touch the runway, like they can make it to the runway, but they can't get it straight, so then they like bounce off the runway and they go up. We're mid-air. So whatever, we go up for like maybe 30 seconds, then he straightens it out, and we start going back down again. We make it down, we live. Everything's fine. I chalked it up to like, okay, maybe that was the turbulence he was talking about. Then this man goes over the loudspeaker, says, okay, we've made it to Denver. Welcome to Denver, everybody. Can we let the connections off first? And then he goes, oh, by the way, sorry for that abrupt incline during our descent. We had a minor air traffic control issue. I go, what? I text my friend. We're not sitting next to each other. I text her. I go, did bro just casually drop that we almost died? And she's like, oh, I don't know. She didn't really like know the whole situation because she's not obsessed and terrified of flying like I am. But she was like, oh my God, I don't know. That was crazy though. Like, she even says, like, what the fuck was that? So whatever. We go about our weekend. We have fun. We have a blast, actually. Best time of my literal life. And then, you know, we fly home. The flight home is like perfect, fantastic, amazing.
Diddy is not the only one who had them freak offs. If Diddy is, you know, woo, 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 and Cassie definitely is a victim, Diddy ain't the only person going down. So y'all want a story time about how I unintentionally attended a freak off. I think it's crazy because people think that only Diddy started these freak offs, but I'm pretty sure anybody in the industry can tell you exactly how often freak offs happen. Now, this was back in like 2016. It was in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Invited out by a group of people that were in the entertainment industry because I was a dancer and I had pulls and connects. I had so like anybody else that was in that time, everybody wanted to go to Atlanta. Atlanta was the Black Hollywood. So I go to this restaurant, nice ass restaurant. I made the comment that I was cold, and these people literally brought me a personal heater. Like, I mean, to me, that was something, because I was young, and it's like, okay, little old me, okay. So fast forward that night, it was 3 men, and this is at the hotel. It was 3 men. I was family with one of them. So mind you, I was supposed to have 2 separate rooms. Everybody was in one room. I'm the only female in the room. That was the first red flag. I didn't care, because I just knew at the end of the day, like, I could call up a female, and it's Atlanta. Like, come on now. Okay, we go to this party that I wasn't even intentionally invited to. It was like I was just a +1. Mind you, I did know the dude very well. It wasn't like he was a stranger. No, we had done plenty of shows together with, I don't want to name drop, but like, I am just to show credentials. It was Jessica, Dom, Melissa, Stevie. We had to work with a couple people. Okay, at the time, Love and Hip Hop was just starting out. So later on that night, it was a party, and it was a masquerade party. Did not know too much about masquerade parties. I just knew that it was this big mansion masquerade party, and everybody had to wear masks. So walking in, everybody had the type of mask that you wear to your face. If you didn't have one or brought one, they had them like at the table as soon as you walked through the door. Mind you, you did have to have a code, like a secret word, to get in. And once you get in, it was literally just like a regular mansion ballroom type of thing. So this is where you get crazy, right? So my homeboy, or whoever you want to call him, he's an older dude. I'm younger. You probably would have thought the nigga was my sugar daddy, but if you know, you know. And for the people in the SIP, if you know the only man that I was hanging around and now he's locked up, you do the math. And no, it's not Diddy. Be for real. So anyway, this whole mansion party, it was like, you wouldn't have known if it was any celebrities there, like I said, because everybody had on masks. And I don't think this had anything to do with like no. So the guy that I'm cool with, he wanders off and he leaves me, because there was like this back room. It had a red rope, and it was security standing there. And if you did not know anybody, like, you had to know somebody to get in this back section. Okay, that's like alcohol, but y'all, the alcohol was not the same type of alcohol that I drink now, and I was not a drinker until I started dancing. So it really makes me think now how much I honestly did not remember. Like, I don't know, minutes. He comes back, he says immediately, y'all, we gotta go. Y'all, when I tell you, when we get back to the room, this man act like he had seen a fucking ghost. And he literally told me, I'm trying to get straight to the point as possible. There were Asian kids that were performing sexual acts on Caucasian men. There were Vietnamese or Asian kids, again, serving Uggs on trays, dancing on top of tables, basically entertaining these men. And it was different rooms. It was room after room after room with this going on. He said that he was so disturbed because he had kids older than the kids that were doing all of this stuff, and the kids obviously had been so used to it. So honestly, it had me thinking, if a grown man is spooked out behind what he saw, till that day, y'all, when I say he was, like I said, promoters back then were not the same as promoters now. Promoters back then actually booked people, like I said, we booked numerous of celebrities at the time, and it was never no problem. And like I said, the names that I dropped had nothing to do with this freak off, so that was just for credentials. But he stopped promoting, he stopped doing music, and he's also locked up right now for, like, I think drug charges, I don't know. But he was never the same after that. But a couple years later, after this whole Justin Bieber Yummy Yummy video came out, y'all, that stuff made me sick to my stomach, because as soon as you walk in, it was, just go watch that video if you ain't watched the video, but that's basically exactly how it happened. So I say that to say this: Diddy is not the only one who had them freak offs. If Diddy is, and I can fact check everything, but anyway, stay tuned for the next story time about how one of the most famous rappers of their time tried to lie. Diddy is not the only one who.
On the third date, I'm in his apartment and I see a long screwdriver shoved into the handle of the door. And I think to myself, I gotta get out of here. 211 first dates. Let's talk about date number 205. Okay, before I start, yes, I know. I have put off talking about this date because I know I'm going to get lots of backlash. I'm going to hear all the comments of, Alice, why are you so stupid? Alice, why are you going into these men's homes? Alice, why? And you're going to tell me all your thoughts. I already know it's coming. Please be kind in the process. Please. I'm telling this story so that you can learn from me. Do not do as I do. This was the second scary situation of being in a man's house where I thought, I need to get out of here. Okay, here's the story. We matched, we messaged, we talked on the phone. He lived up in Long Beach and he said, let's do a bike ride. And I thought, great. So I drove up there. He had 2 bicycles where we parked. I got on the second bicycle. We rode our bike up the coast. They have like a paved area along the beach. And we rode up to the Queen Mary and rode around there. And then we rode our bikes back. That's all the date was talking while riding our bikes. Date number 2, he asked me out for lunch. We met halfway and it was a nice little restaurant with a view and we talked. I did not think much of it. It was just a simple lunch. We said goodbye, just a hug. Again, no kissing, no intimacy. Date number 3, he asked me out. I think we were going to dinner. And so I was driving over to his house. We were going to be in my car and I was going to pick him up to take him to the restaurant. So when I got to the front of his house, he said, why don't you park and come upstairs? I want to show you the artwork. He had been working on some piece of art and he wanted to show it to me. And I'm thinking, date number 3, he seems like a nice guy. Okay. So I park the car and we go up into his house. Once we got inside, he had like a bar area situation and he went behind the bar and I sat on a bar stool and he's saying, would you like something to drink? And I said, no, I'm good. He says, no, water, wine, beer, I've got anything. What would you like? I said, no, I'm okay. And he pressed it. He asked a 3rd time, come on, I'll give you a glass of water. I'll give you something. What do you want? And I said, I'm fine. He goes, I'm not going to roofie you. Okay. Anytime anyone uses that word and they say roofie, okay, there's no reason to use that word. So it's not a red flag. It is alarm going off. And that's when I was like, I got to get out of here. And so I'm scanning the apartment and I'm thinking, okay, where is the front door again? And as I look at the front door, I see a long screwdriver that is shoved into the door handle. And I'm now thinking, oh, holy crud, I need to get out of here. So I said, so where's the artwork? He comes out from behind the bar and walks over and starts showing me the artwork. And it was just a painting he had been working on. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it is beautiful. I absolutely love it. You know what? I left my phone down in the car. I want to go get it so I can take some pictures of it. This is so amazing. And he's like, okay. And he's so happy that I love it. So he walks over to the door and that's when he's taking that screwdriver and he's kind of having to like pull it out. And I looked at it and he goes, oh, it's just because the door doesn't stay shut that I have to use this. And I said, okay, I'll be right back. I'm just going to run out to my car. I'll be right back. I've never run faster for my car. And as soon as I got there and grabbed my phone, I am blocking him on the apps. I am blocking him on my phone. I sent a message to the dating app telling him the situation, just in case, even though nothing happened. It was not good. It was probably a day or 2 later, he sent a message and it was using a different phone number. Now, whether he has 2 phones or he used a neighbor's phone or a friend's phone, but he left me a seething voice message and then a couple of texts of how terrible I was. But so, ladies, do not do what I did and please be careful. And yes, I know you're going to give me the backlash. I know you're going to tell me how stupid I am, how I put myself in danger. But one, anytime anyone uses the word roofie, okay, that's not a red flag. That is alarm bells to get out. And two, when you see a screwdriver shoved into the door, I know. So Dexter was my scary one. And then this guy, out of all my dates, these have been the two that I went, you're an idiot. Don't ever do this again. So I'm telling you, please learn from me. Please do not go to their house till way longer. But again, Jeffrey Dahmer was a very good looking man too. I think he probably seemed nice, and look what happened to his victims. So I'm ready for the backlash. Here's my question. How many of you have ever put yourself in a scary situation and you thought, oh, holy crud, I need to get out? Or how many of you just want to scream and yell at me and you're going to do it anyway? Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Wait, I read the first paragraph of this story and I can't stop. Wait. He thinks he took my virginity all these years. I didn't have the heart to tell him. So I, 33 female, was so in love with my high school partner and I wanted him to be my first. He apparently had already lost his virginity and then some prior to me. He was 2 years older than me. I was super nervous thinking that he was really, really experienced. Well, the day comes and we're getting hot and heavy. He puts on the contraceptive and I'm ready. And he slides it in between my butt cheeks and the bed. And he thinks he's in. He proceeds to make the motions. I'm just laying there thinking, he can't think this is the real thing. There's no way, right? Do I stop him? Do I tell him that it's not in? Crap, it's already been going on for too long. If I stop him now, it could be really embarrassing for him. I'll just let him do his thing, I guess, and never speak a word of this to anyone. He finished and seemed very proud of himself. He asked if I was good. I smiled and nodded yes. Sir, that man put in the work in his life. The whole time you sitting there trying to figure out why he don't know something's wrong. He told everyone in school the next day that he took my virginity and was super proud of it. We ended up breaking up shortly afterwards. He got suspended from school and joined the military right after, I think. Then I lost my virginity to the guy after him. Him and I are still really good friends, actually. And he occasionally brings up the fact that he took my virginity. Please tell him. Please tell him. I'm begging you. Please tell him and record it. Oh, God. I still don't have the heart to tell him that he did it with my butt cheeks in the bed. Please tell him. Listen. I will be on my best behavior. I won't ask for nothing for Christmas or for my birthday. I'll eat all my vegetables. I'll drink twice as much water. Please tell him. He deserves to know. He 100% he deserves to know because he ran immediately back to school and told everybody as if it was a prize to be fucking claimed. Please, pretty please with a cherry on top. Please tell him. The fact that you guys are in your fucking 30s and he still brings it up. Please tell him. Pretty please, I'll be your friend. Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for telling my wife's best friend that I ain't helping her with shit after her husband passed away? I am a 37-year-old male and I believe in 50-50. My wife's best friend was married to a traditional man that believed that the man had to take care of all of the responsibilities of the household, meaning the bills and the groceries and the gas and electricity, all of the essentials that was used inside of the house. The man takes care of all of that. Well, the reason I know this to an extensive amount is because my wife's best friend constantly tried to get her to leave me so that she could find a real man, a man that will take care of majority of the responsibilities and stop requiring her to work. I would listen to her say this shit and be like, why are you still friends with her when she's talking bad about me? And my wife would be like, because this is my best friend and I'm there for her. And just because she's saying that doesn't mean I have to listen to that, because she has a bunch of good qualities as well outside of just bashing me. And I'm like, okay, cool. But I don't like the bitch. And if at any point of time she needs me for anything, she ain't got me, because I ain't helping her with shit. My wife said, well, she has a loving husband that will do everything for her, and it is there for her completely. And I said, man, I wonder what would happen if he was to pass away. I should have knocked on wood, because that man passed away. I'm not going to go into too gruesome details because his exit of life was kind of public and all over the news, but let's just say it was unsettling, and some people ended up going to prison about this situation. Pretty much it was a mass blanking, and he was in the blink and got hit and didn't make it. This was a tragic situation that took the whole community by storm. But what didn't take the whole community by storm was what was going on behind the scenes with old buddy. So come to find out, the reason he was so much of a perfect husband and was able to get his wife whatever she wanted, whenever she wanted, was because he was taking out mad loans. I mean, mad loans and credit cards. He was actually opening up credit cards inside of their baby's name. The baby not even 5 years old, but they already got 4 maxed out credit cards. Are you serious? I was listening to my wife giving me this information with the most diabolical grin on my face, because I was like, I knew he couldn't have did that shit. I knew he wasn't doing all that junk by himself. It was kind of crazy because the job that he had didn't make sense. I thought that he was dealing on the side or doing something illegal. He was not. Mans was just opening up mad credit cards, and he wasn't telling his wife about it. But every time she would ask for something or want to go somewhere or do that, he would just do another credit card. Why? Because he loved his wife, and he was willing to go into massive debt in taking care of his wife. Well, he passed away suddenly and unexpectedly, and because of that, all of this was discovered. So now she's going all out of her way to try to figure out how she's going to pay it off, which bills are onto her, or if they can just put the whole thing as fraud. As in, the man fraudulently did all this, but now he's gone. So now we sitting here as a community like, I don't know what to tell you, cause I thought y'all had like bukus of money. But she was a stay-at-home wife. He had all the money. Now they're trying to figure it out. I'm still lucky go happy over here with my wife. So I came into a good amount of money, and I could potentially help her. But she ain't asking me. And my wife had said the reason she isn't going to ask me is because I already priorly said I wouldn't help her with smack. So now I'm sitting here feeling like a donkey, just a meanie, because I did say that, but I didn't know the circumstance was going to happen. But like, do I stay on the words or do I go back on my own words? Because like, I don't want to go against myself. What do you think about the situation? Because I'm just...
Hope you enjoyed today's video. I thank you for watching and hope to see you next time. Bye.